Welcome to Motorcycle Monkey Channel. I appreciate you being here. Share it with your friends and click on the bell icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen to get notified with new videos. Today, it is all about the 2021 Ducati Monster Plus.
I put a few miles on this now. It is a pretty cool bike to ride. Certainly Ducati's best monster, I would have to say. Shaving all that weight off. More horsepower, more torque.
Lauren, you mean to tell me you couldn't go into a turn and drag your knee?
I could. I was on the back of one of those doing that, but I was also 21 at the time, and, well, things have changed.
Yeah, just a tad. Well, Clint, why do they call it the Monster?
Well, you know, they've had these since, I think it's 93. They've sold over 350,000 of them. Monster because it's a monster in power.
That's
and
all you
this
gotta
one
say.
is lightweight.
Yeah, and that's what they've done. They've taken a super lightweight motorcycle and put a monster motor in it. And if you don't know what you're doing, you get on it, you get scared, then you get comfortable, then you go down.
Here's the thing. It's funny you mentioned getting scared. I was riding this yesterday, and it was in sport mode, and they were track testing this. If you look, man, they've shaved some rubber off the side of this. Look how deep they were getting that in the turns. Do you see that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So they bring it to me.
That's the knee dragger.
Yes, and I got to tell you, I was on this. It's in sport mode, and I thought if I would sneeze and accidentally jerk my hand,
you'd be done.
That's why I put it back in urban. I'm going to ride sport today, test it out. This thing does have plenty of power. It's 111 horsepower and a 937cc motor. It's got 69 pounds of torque, foot-pounds of torque.
And what's it weigh?
Okay, so that's the thing. 416 pounds wet. 416 wet. That's with fuel and everything. They've shaved, Dave, this is the best improvement I think they made on this bike from years past. They shaved 40 pounds off of this and upped the horsepower and the torque at the same time.
Get rid of the side covers. Get rid of this, get rid of all that extra crap.
Yeah, and this one actually, the Monster Plus, is actually, you can put a passenger. This is a cover, but to me, I don't know if you'd want to ride on this as a passenger, because you know you're going to want to take it around the turns like you're talking about dragging your knees.
You don't have enough money to put me on the back of this thing, let me tell you. But you know what? It's if you are a motorcycle enthusiast, because this bike goes right straight to the racetrack.
Yeah, that's what they did with it.
Slap numbers on it, and if you have the talent, you will win with this bike.
Well, and that's the thing with Monsters. First of all, I think this is the best looking model they've come up with as far as Monsters go. Now, here's the other part for me, and I always talk about this. Just for the average person, I have a short inseam, right? If you sit on this bike like I did, I thought, oh man, I'm going to have my toes way up. It does. They have a low seat profile. You can go from 32.5 to 30 point, I think it's 5.
They want you in the bike, not on the bike.
And that's how you feel in between this. Now, if you start this up, if you come look at this screen, you don't even have to start it. This is pretty cool. So the different riding modes, if you look here, okay, so you've got your normal stuff. You've got your fuel, the time, the air temperature, you've got the engine temperature, your gearing and all that. But when you go into the menu, into riding mode here, okay, you can actually go into urban, or you can go up into sport. Now watch this. So you go to the engine, right? You choose the engine. Little flick of a button here. You can choose high, which is full power, dynamic. You can go to medium, which is full power and smooth. Low is smooth, reduced power. But you can go through all of these things. Ducati traction control, you can shut it off if you want. I don't do that.
No.
Right?
No.
Ducati wheelie control.
No.
Right? You can go all the way to 0. You can go to 1, 2, 3, and 4, depending on how much control or, I guess, lack of control you want.
Yeah.
Guys who ride this, and gals, like you talked about, who ride this on the track.
Girls love this bike.
Yes, they do.
Girls love this.
Oh, dude, I've gotten so many looks from cars, not at me. I'm a fat guy on a bike, but they're looking at the bike. It's just a beautiful bike.
All right, we got to go.
12,000 and change.
That's a deal.
GP Motorcycles has these here in San Diego, but this is a great bike.
I just want to spend a little bit more time digging into the TFT display here in the settings menu. So you've got your riding mode, you have urban, and then you have touring, you have sport mode. And I'm going to choose sport mode here and dig into this particular setting. So you can choose your engine and the settings within that, Ducati traction control, ABS, Ducati wheelie control, Ducati quick shift. But let's move back up to the engine and look at some of the different settings here. We'll go into low mode in the sport setting. That would be reduced power and smooth. We'll go to medium. You can see you have full power, still smooth, and then high, which is full power dynamic. Now we'll back out of this menu, and we'll go into Ducati traction control. You can have it off if you choose. But you can see as you go through the numbers here, like if you go to setting 1, you're in performance mode. Setting 2, middle of the road, then you go down to safe and stable as you go to number 3, and you have sport, road, and wet mode with performance, middle of the road again, and safe and stable by the time you hit number 6. So there's just so many variations of how you want to ride this bike, the performance you're looking for, and what type of conditions you're riding in. Now we go to ABS. Of course, that's the front brakes only. Sport and road mode. You want performance, middle of the road, or safety mode. Ducati wheelie control. There's also Ducati quick shift. That is without using the clutch. You can just shift the gears very quickly. I don't think I'd ever need that. But either way, there are so many different settings on this Ducati Monster Plus. I've got a link in the description below for you, and I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe to Motorcycle Monkey Channel, share it with your friends, and click the bell icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen to get notified when I post new videos. And if you've ever served this country, past, present, men, women, every branch, we love you, we appreciate you, thank you, and God bless you and your families for your tremendous sacrifice. Ride safely, and I'll see you on the next one.